Hey, what's up, my friend? So in today's episode, I want to share with you six books that changed my life. And I want to tell you, the lessons that I learned from it and how you can apply it to your own life as well. Book number 1. Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. So this is a book that you are probably already familiar with, right? And there are many powerful, lessons in the book. And the one that really, hit me hard is something called delayed gratification. So in these days and age, right, especially people my age where they have been working for a few years, their savings account is starting to accumulate. They start to buy things, right, to impress others, right? Stuff like luxury watches, right, buying cars, right, and this erodes their savings. And if you think about this, right, this amount of savings, for example, let's say you spend $5,000 or maybe $10,000 on a Rolex watch, okay? This $10,000 can be used for your investment, for your own trading, and if you compound that returns, right, over the next 30-40 years, right, your $10,000 could grow into 6 figures. But most people don't look at it that way. They just look at it, as I want to impress my peers right now. I want to buy this watch, right, this watch, right, because I want it, right. I want to show off and stuff like that. And by buying watches, by buying all this stuff to impress others, you kind of prolong you being in a rat race, right? Staying in a rat race, for a damn hell long time, because you buy all the stuff that you don't need, and you have to stay in your job, the job that you don't like, because of your spending habits. So for me, right, I know that I want financial freedom. I want to have the luxury of doing what I want when I want, without having anyone to answer to, and this matters a lot to me. So this is why I don't want to be spending money on so-called luxury item. Yes, I do spend money to pamper myself, but I don't blow it everything I have, right, on cars, on watches, on stuff to impress others, right? It's fine, if you spend a bit of money to pamper yourself, but not everything, right? Where you don't even have enough left for your later years. So delayed gratification is the first lesson that I learned. I know that if I delay the ones that I have right now, in my later years, right, I can reap the rewards, right, to come. Okay, number 2. Secrets of Self-Made Millionaire by Adam KHOO. So you're probably familiar with Adam KHOO, right? He has a very awesome YouTube channel sharing a lot of trading tips and tricks. But before that, right, Adam actually is an entrepreneur, right? He talks a lot about mindset, neuro-linguistic programming. He has education system, right, to help people do well for their exams and stuff like that. So when he wrote a book, right, Secrets of a Self-Made Millionaire, that book really resonated with me. Not because the book, it's there's a lot of how should I put it, right? It is a how-to book, right? But the how-to isn't groundbreaking. It isn't revolutionary, right? The stuff that you learn in the book, you can probably learn elsewhere, learn online even, right? But why I love the book so much is because it altered my belief system, right? It made me believe that, hey, I can do it, right? I can be a millionaire, right? I can, I have what it takes, right, to succeed in life. So that book really hit me hard because it altered my belief, right? And sort of like, change my identity, right, to believe that I can achieve great things. And that book, right, is powerful to me because of that reason, because of it enabling me, right, to change my beliefs. Okay? So if a book can do that for me, right, I would say that is a book, right, that has changed my life. So that's the number 2, right? Secrets of Self-Made Millionaires, right, by Adam KHOO. Book number 3, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but I think it's Carnegie. So that book again, right, it has many powerful, tips, right, on EQ, right, how to interact with people, how to make people like you, make people love you, how to get people's attention and stuff like that. And one of the biggest thing I learned from it is that you want to call people by their first name, right? Especially when you come across waiter or waitresses, people that are serving you, right? They usually have their name tag over here. And trust me, when you call them, for example, let's say their name is called Rayner. Hey Rayner, could you fetch me a glass of wine? Could you, please fetch me some water? You can see their eyes, just light up, right? Because imagine, right, throughout the entire day, people call them like, hey, and stuff like that. And they don't feel recognized, right? They don't feel, appreciated. So when you call them by their first name, their eyes, right, will light up. Trust me, I've done this many times, hundreds of times, right? And it never fails me, right, to see how you can actually lighten up someone's day just by calling them by their first name. And that is something I learned in How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. So that's a powerful book. Many more stuff in that book. Go and read it if you haven't done it. Book number 4, right? Atomic Habits by James Clear. So what this book is, that this is a really how-to book, right? And it's backed by science, and it helps you break any habits that you have, maybe social media habits, right? Or maybe, you have a habit of, being late for appointments or whatsoever. So for me, one of the biggest takeaway I had is that if you want to break a habit, right, make it as inconvenient for you to do that habit. So for example, in the past, right, I am always glued to social media, right? Facebook, Twitter, and, trying to see, what people are doing. And I find that that's a huge time suck, right? You tell yourself you go to social media for 1 minute and you end up spending 20 minutes over there. You do that multiple times a day, you can see that hours, right, are spent doing nothing. So what I did is that I made it difficult for me to log into my social media account. How did I do it? I log out of all my social media account, and if I want to log in, I have to put in my username, my password, and enter. And that is a hassle, right? That is an obstacle to me, right, to actually use social media. So once I've adopted this approach, right, my social media usage has dropped drastically because it's so inconvenient to use it. I must type in my username, my password, might as well do something else. So that's how I actually kind of, break that habit. And that's the book, right? The Atomic Habits by James Clear. Book number 5, right? The One Thing by Gary, Keller, and PAPASAN. So what these books talk about is that you want to focus on that one thing that will, drive results for you. So for me right now, there are one thing that I focus on. For example, doing this video, I tell myself I want to do at least 1 video per week, because I know that if I do 1 video per week, 1 year is about 52 videos, and that will, have a huge impact, right, on people all around the world, right? Especially traders who want to learn more about trading. Just 1 video a week, that's all. Or for my trading, right, all I know is that I just want to put on one trade that follows my trading plan. If I know that I put on that one trade that follows my trading plan, the next 5 years, 10 years, right, I will yield a positive expectancy, right, because I have an edge in the markets. Or how about I just tell myself, right, every year I just need to, add funds to my account, right, once per year, that's all. In the next 5, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, right, I would grow that account, right, substantially, right, had I not, add in any funds to it. So just that one thing, right, to focus on it, right, and when you compound it, right, it will yield massive results. So my question to you is that what is the one thing that you can do right now, today, and if you do it consistently for the next 5, 10, 20, 30 years, it will yield you, it will offer you, right, a result that you would dream of. And trust me, right, it doesn't require hard work. It just requires you to focus on that one thing, to do it consistently over the long run, and you realize that many of your fantasies, your dreams, right, your aspirations are not that far away. And finally, book number 6 is called The Go-Giver by BURG and John David Mann. And this book is powerful because it believes in giving value. It believes in giving first and not worrying about, getting anything back in return. For example, all my YouTube videos, the training, right, my blog posts, I give it out all the way for free. And that's because I have a philosophy, right, where I want to be a giver. I'm willing to give. I don't care or worry about, what I can get back in return, because I have experienced firsthand that the more I give, the more I will get back in return. I do not know how it will come back to me, but I know it will. Okay, so this is a principle that you have to experience it for yourself, right? And you will see how powerful this is. Okay, so this is why, whatever I do right now, it's all about giving, right? I am not really, hey, for example, I won't say stuff like, if you want to watch my YouTube videos, right, then hey, you gotta, give me like a, $500, right, to watch my videos. Or, you want to read my blog post, then hey, you have to, do something for me. No, everything's out there, put out for free. Most of my stuff, except my premium content. And I know that by giving, right, it would reach out to more people. And when it reach out to more people, there will be, a small percentage of people who decided to take up my premium training, and they will, pay for whatever premium training that I'm offering. And that's, in a way, getting back, right, what I've given. And usually when you give, right, what you get back is manifolds, right? That's kind of like, one of the laws of the universe, right? I can't explain it, right? But I've experienced it firsthand in the trading with Rayner business. I've experienced it firsthand, in people's relationship. I just focus on giving, and I'm surprised, right, what I actually, get back in return, even though I didn't even see it coming. Okay, so these are the 6 books that has changed my life, right? Maybe there's more to add in my later years, but right now, these 6 books are very powerful. If you have not read any of it, I recommend you do so, borrow it, and that's it, right? So with that said, I will talk to you soon.